use here on the power of prophecy, which you can get the textbook, but the workbook you cannot get a hold of. Now, let me just explain to you what the subjects are that we're discussing here. We're discussing finding your prophetic voice, divinity is in me. Chapter 2. Chapter 3, it's dark in here. Chapter 4, prophets in training. Chapter 5, the orphan. Every prophet that is called to be a prophet will first appear to be an orphan. They must become the outcast of the tribe, the outcast of the group, so that they can become the savior of the group. The stone that the builders have rejected has become the chief cornerstone. Moses had to be cast out from Israel to be raised up among the Egyptians before he can become a deliverer to the people of Israel. God usually raised up deliverers to be the orphans, the outcasts. And this is the tradition that follows, whether it's a shaman in a tribe, they become the outcast. Sometimes they're raised up in the wild and then come back with the cure to the tribe that's been affected by the disease. Chapter 6, the prophetic timing. Chapter 7, the prophetic alchemist. Chapter 8, the invisible prophet. That there covers quite a number of things that will begin to open up your eyes and give you insight into this realm of the prophetic. Picture this, chapter 9, chapter 10, the invisible supply. So here we have the power of prophecy, hardcover textbook that will be yours. And you will get a workbook. Now, this workbook worked for the prophets. And let me talk to you about this workbook here for just a moment here, because it's going to bless you. It will give you exercise. In what ways are you representing God? And then we'll ask you questions about that. A matter of fact, if we went here to an exercise here, we begin to challenge you. Adversity is the breeding ground for miracles. So this is what I love. And we begin to have you write down what you love and then the reason why. You begin to do a lot of deep inward work in the school of the prophet because you prophesy according to the proportion of your faith. So we got to build you up as a person so that your faith get built up. I can be all day just explaining this here workbook. Then we have something else that we're going to get to you, and that is on top of that, you're going to get a CD of every textbook that I have. You'll probably be getting over 40 books, maybe about 50 books on this here. I believe it's about over 50 books that is going to be on the CD-ROM of manuscripts and textbooks that I have. You're going to get another set of CDs, School of Prophets Volume 2. Plus, you're going to get some of our meetings that was done with the prophetic order out of the prophetic summit. And so you're going to be loaded with DVDs that you're going to be parked at your television, parked there. Then, on top of that, I have another workbook I'm going to give you called The Prophet's Handbook. This is not available anywhere. A matter of fact, in a lot of our School of Prophets sessions, we didn't even allow cameras. So we barely recorded it. And if we did record it, we didn't allow it to be given out to the public. So we begin to deal with the prophet orchestrates the vision of the present condition. The supernatural realm is access from the end to the beginning. We deal with the 7 realm phases of what the prophet works with. We deal with in the spirit there is no past, present, or future. Everything is a now event. Wow. We also cover God communicates with the prophet from the perfect present. And this has a lot of powerful thoughts in it, such as in this workbook, the prophet eyes unlock darkness, wherein the mysteries of God are hidden. And therefore you need the prophet's eyes to unlock the darkness. The prophet must first see in order to speak. So this is in this here book, the Prophet's Handbook. I'm going to give you this handbook. Then I'm going to turn around and break open and give you 13 CDs that have been mastered in a studio. That is the School of Prophets. And this comes from the early days of the School of Prophets that we did some intense teaching. For the first time, we're going to let this series out. These are some teachings that have taken place back in 1997, more than 10 years ago. So, what are we going to deal with? We're going to deal with 13 CDs. On CD 1, I'm going to talk to you about the 300 elite prophets. CD number 2, I'm going to deal with the Queen of Sheba from a prophetic view. And then Prophet Thompson is going to cover prophetic mentorship to preparation. Then we're going to go into the prophet eyes, seeing beforehand. CD 4 will deal with the prophetic song and the office of the prophet. CD 5 deals with the prophetic emulation and the wisdom of the serpent. Be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. CD number 6 will deal with conscious union with God and also pre-birth prophetic assignment. CD number 7, prophetic divinity and sonship. Next, we will cover CD number 8, prophetic maturity, the female prophets and preachers, and the mystic of prophetic call. CD number 9, the secret of the Magi. CD number 9 will also cover the biblical zodiac. This is some intense stuff. We were touching on some of this more than 10 years ago. We are now letting out to you to bring you into understanding the prophetic. CD 10, we deal with the 7 bodies of man and the prophet's creed. We also deal with the power to become. CD 12, the power of change and the power of the I, E-Y-E. And therefore, and then finally, CD 13, the power of breath, a prophetic wind. All of this will be yours. These 13 CDs will be given to you as well to listen to, as well as these textbooks. A value of over $5,000 will be given to you when you do the $1,000 seed to start you in your journey. And then when you come into P.O.M.E, we will fill your library with an array of books that we will suggest that you get and start reading. And you walk in silence for 2 years, and then you come in and get robed. Let's take you now into a meeting where you can possibly see the prophets in robes gathered, ministering, and hearing some of the class masters in session. We have class masters, we have temple seers, we have temple guards, and you'll witness them in session. Stay tuned, and we'll give you just a small peek, and then I'll be right back to close this video.